Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a leftover print with traces of oil paint. This is actually by accident. I'm kind of hoping that it does work. If it doesn't really work, I still get a print out of it. This is just a perspex with leftover ink from when I use it for lino print, because I've got to roll it onto something before I press it onto the lino print. Because it is water-based, it can be reactivated, which is great because I don't like waste. And as always, I'm using my Artway cartridge paper for the printing process. I have wetted it so that I can reactivate the ink on perspex. This perspex is dry, but the ink, the oil paint is a bit wet still. There's not much there. I just wanted to see how much I can get away with, because I would have thought it would print quite easily onto the surface, and maybe it's a way that I can explore, because it was just completely by accident, which, fun fact, a lot of my work is, it just suddenly happens and I'm like, oh, that actually works. What a surprise. So just going to print the process and then we'll see the end result. This paper is slightly more wetter than usual because the ink is quite dry, and as you can tell there's not much on it, so I want to get as much as possible off the perspex. But it does mean I can reprint on top of it if I need to, just in case it doesn't work as well. There's always a plan B with prints that don't work out as well. I mean, the perspex itself is quite interesting anyway. Just gently press around the sides. Because the paper is wet as well, it will warp a little bit, but you can easily flatten it out in a sketchbook and it will have a bit of a give. But I let everyone know who buys them about this situation, because it's nothing worse than getting something and going, why is it a bit wonky? Why is it a bit warped? I'm really hoping it's all prints, because the perspex itself is actually really interesting. If I could print that whole thing on there, it would just look really cool. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it has printed onto the surface, and very, very subtly as well. It's just kind of a nice way of introducing colour into something that's really monotoned. I think it would work really well if the perspex was completely covered in ink and then used, well, dried and then used. This bit over here is what I look forward to, just because it kind of looks like it's bleeding. You get that when the water is really quite wet and soaking, which is a good idea if you haven't got much ink left on the perspex itself, because it just kind of covers a bit more of the area. But saying that, having bits like these little grainy bits still works just as well. Cool composition I got out of it. Completely by accident, obviously. I can't control what comes off the perspex. I can only kind of suggest and allow it to happen if it wants to do it, because like I said, a lot of my artwork is accidental and not completely out of my control, but it has freedom to do what it wants. Like, this is the piece of equipment. There was just a little bit on the top, and on the bottom I just kind of spread it about. There's not very much that I used. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you thought down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to it to see more videos like this, and if you are interested in buying this piece will be up on my eBay selling account later on. So yeah, thanks guys, bye.